Remco's situation is actually way worse than any of us thought. The 10 million temptation, Red Bull's raid on Remco. In an offer that sounds like it was drafted on a golden tablet in the Austrian Alps, Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe allegedly extended a €10 million annual contract to Remco Evenepoels. That's 10 million reasons to jump ship from Soudal Quickstep and set sail for the turbocharged energy drink sponsored spaceship of modern cycling. But this wasn't just a salary figure designed to melt the brain of his accountant. No, they also dangled the platinum carrot. Quote, bring your whole crew. Coaches, nutritionists, mechanics, maybe even his favourite espresso machine. The Bora Red Bull overlords essentially whispered, we'll let you build Soudal 2.0 just in red. The implications? Monumental. If Remco had taken that deal, Soudal Quickstep, already wobbling after team drama and budget tightening, would have shattered like a carbon rim in a pothole. The collapse would have meant the end of their dream team. Remco wasn't just a rider, he was the central axis around which their entire Grand Tour ambition was built. But against all odds, Remco didn't bite. According to sources inside Soudal, or at least the Belgian cafe forums, he turned it down because of loyalty. Loyalty in 2025. This isn't your average I ride for the jersey fairy tale. This is Remco giving up private jets and Red Bull hot tubs to stay with the people who found him, believed in him, and carried him through recovery after his training crash. Fans wept. They raised a glass, and Bora moved on to plan B. Get Primož Roglič, a younger face filter, and pretended this never happened. But in truth, the damage was done. Rumours started swirling like Remco was discontent, that he needed more than Soudal could offer, that he'd eventually go, if not this year, then next. Because when €10 million walks into the room, it leaves a shadow. Instagram wars, Remco versus Ruben van Gucht. As if rejecting a Brinks truck full of cash wasn't stressful enough, Remco found himself duking it out online with none other than Belgium's semi-official national cycling mouthpiece, Ruben van Gucht. It started like a comment, a small one, harmless you'd think. Ruben implied that Remco's success might be due to, in part, his financial privilege. Remco's reply, posted directly to Instagram stories for maximum thermonuclear drama. Quote, I've worked hard my entire life. My parents didn't give me a silver spoon, they gave me a bike and belief. Boom, Instagram exploded, cycling Twitter combusted, and Sportsar's phone lines lit up like a Christmas tree in July. But Remco didn't stop there. He followed up with a longer post, clarifying that his family wasn't rich, that he didn't grow up with trainers in his crib and recovery boosts in his backpack. He credited his parents with support, not bank statements. Quote, being passionate and having a family that believes in you isn't the same as being spoiled. That comment crossed the line, he wrote. Van Gucht, caught mid-studio taping in a flurry of panicked WhatsApps, backtracked slightly, but maintained that, quote, context was misunderstood. The damage? It was done. Belgian cycling's biggest name was now beefing with its biggest broadcaster, and the fans took sides like it was a World Cup semi-final. Team Ruben argued that journalism is about provocation. Team Remco screamed, he's our boy, leave him alone. You see, it's, quote, unnecessary drama, which is Belgium for someone's about to get sued. But in truth, this was more than a spat. This was the emotional eruption of a rider under siege. Between recovery, the weight of expectation, and the $1 million temptation from Bora, Remco was fraying, and the cracks were showing. A crash, a comeback, and a conspiracy of temptation. So let's rewind. Last year on a training ride in the Spanish hills, Remco Evenepoels slammed into the tarmac with the kind of violence that silences a room. Broken bones, lost months, and an immediate derailment of Tour de France ambitions. He was supposed to peak. Instead, he crashed. For most riders, this would be a major setback. For Remco, it was an existential reboot. The golden boy had been grounded. Suddenly, he had to learn patience, rehabilitation, boredom, and, worst of all, watching others win races he should have. Evenepoel's 2024 Tour de France ambitions were pretty strong. Pogacar won, of course. Vingegaard healed just in time, but Remco, he watched from home, icing his shoulder and reading every Belgium article suggesting he was, quote, overhyped. Then came the silence. A silence that Remco filled with two things, training and reflection. And when 2025 began, he was back. Not just riding, but sprinting, climbing, attacking like a man with something to prove. But the media never let him breathe. Every tweet was scrutinized, every result was over-analyzed, and yet the Bora news broke. Suddenly, Remco wasn't a comeback kid, he was a mercenary, a traitor in waiting, an egomaniac shopping his entourage around Europe. And then, Ruben made it personal. Here's the thing, it's easy to assume Remco is invincible, but he's not. He's 25, he lives under the weight of a cycling nation, he gets paid millions, yes, but he also gets judged by millions, and sometimes that gets heavy. His own coach reportedly said, quote, he never stops training. Even after the crash, we had to slow him down. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to prove something. Even his wife told Sporza, quote, sometimes I have to tell him to stop reading the comments. They mess with his head. Evenepoel is riding with a chip on his shoulder the size of the Koppenberg, and now he's defending his past, his loyalty, and his very identity. This is no longer about just racing. This is about Remco protecting the person behind the helmet. Closing. The storm is over. So here we are. Remco Evenepoel, once the baby-faced conqueror of the Vuelta, is now at the centre of a storm that goes far beyond watts and watts per kilos. He's battling transfer rumours, media shade, and psychological aftershocks of a brutal crash. He's doing it all in full public view, while the wolves lick their lips and the press salivates over drama. But what's shocking is not that he's still here, it's that he hasn't broken. He rejected the money, he fired back at critics, he stayed loyal to Soudal. Is he perfect? No, but he is fighting. And if 2025 is to be the year of redemption, it starts not on the climbs of the Tour de France, but here, in the quiet grit of a man who refuses to be bought, belittled, or broken. Thank you for watching today's video, and if you agree or disagree with anything I've mentioned in this video, be sure to pop your comments and opinions in the comment section down below, as it is open for all of you to give your critics and feedback. Before we go into tomorrow's video, I'll ask all of you who aren't subscribed to please hit that subscribe button, otherwise there's a very high chance you will miss my videos. Here on this channel, I only cover the latest cycling news, the latest cycling drama, and of course cycling results and analysing races and breaking them down. This is a busy part of the cycling season, so I'm going to be getting out lots and lots of videos, and if you have any particular requests on news races or anything like that, or even documentaries about athletes you would like me to cover, again, comment down below that as well. Thank you for watching today's video. Please leave a like before you go to help me out, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next one.